In this video, I'm going to show you the basics of the first-last strategy.
This is the captain. Brace for impact.
This strategy has many names, like first-last, last-first, the double tap, and the demolisher triple tap. For this strategy to work, you also need first player, a double arc on the target, and to make sure that the target ship has already activated. This is because you don't want the target ship to be moving away after you've activated. So we see this example at the beginning of the video, but I'll show it to you again. The MC-30 activates, it's the last ship of the round to activate, it doesn't navigate, and it moves in to get a double arc on the radar that's already activated. Now, because you're first player, on the next turn, you have first activation. Now, because your MC-30 is now in position, you activate it first, and then it proceeds to destroy whatever the target is, and the target doesn't have time to react. So now we see the radar about to be destroyed. The MC-30 looks like it rolls their inaccuracy and 2 criticals, APTs, puts 2 in the hull, puts 2 in the shield, and 2 more in the hull by the looks of it. So just like that, 1 dead radar without being able to react. Now most ships can employ this strategy, but 2 stand out from the rest. One being the Gladiator class Star Destroyer with the Demolisher title, and the other being the MC-30. In some special cases, and with certain loadouts, the Radar class Corvette and the Hammerhead Corvette can also perform this strategy. Now the reason that these ships are so good at employing the first last is because 1, they're fast, so they're speed 3 or more. They're maneuverable, meaning they can get you that double arc when necessary. They also have a high damage output. They throw 6 or more dice over the 2 attacks. And they also have access to ordnance upgrades, so things like external racks and, most importantly, APTs, or assault proton torpedoes. Now generally with these kind of ships, and when you're employing this strategy, you'd always want to use a navigate command. So make your whole stack navigate. And the reason being is, what you want to do is be able to have the option of having the extra clicks or changing speed when necessary. For instance, if I didn't use navigate, a demolisher going at speed 3 would only be able to do this. And whilst I can fit in that gap there, I'd only have front arc on the side of this Liberty and side arc on the front, which is ideally not efficient. I'd rather have everything be able to see the side arc where it's more weaker. Oh, it's only 2 shields. Okay, but with the navigate, I can have an extra click here at 1, move in. Now I've got a double arc on the weaker side of the shields, right? Because it's demolisher, do my attacks. So front arc first. Okay, that's a good result. 4 damage with a critical. So they would most likely brace and redirect. So brace is down to 2. Redirect to the front. Right, oh, forgot, of course, APTs. And what do we got here? Faulty countermeasures. Right. Then at the start of the next turn, Demolisher activates, navigate. Right, front arc again. Reroll the black dice with Ordnance Experts. Alright, so 4 damage again with the critical. So first off, APTs. We have a shield failure. To choose 2 shield facings. Alright, sure. So we're going to choose that side to lose 1 and say the front to lose 1. Alright. They would probably declare brace and redirect. Oh, so those would be green. Right, so they'd brace that down to 2. So conveniently they'll lose shields like that. Second attack. is 4 blacks, side to side. Alright, so we've got 5 damage there with a critical. They would probably declare brace and redirect. Alright, critical is structural, of course. Alright, so they've braced 5 down to 3. Liberty redirects 1 to the back and takes 2 extra face down. So you can see how effective this strategy is. We've taken down the front shields, the side shields, and the rear shields of this Liberty, and also put 6 hull damage onto it. It's only got 2 hull left before it gets destroyed. And then from here, the Gladiator just simply moves out. So the other reason you'd always want to use a navigate when you activate is so you can do tricksy things like the speed jump. In this example here, I have a Raider that's unsuspectingly going at speed 1, so this Nebulon doesn't expect this Raider to be up and close in front of its face anytime soon. But what it doesn't know is this Raider has Ozzel, it has a navigate token, and used with the command, it can jump from speed 1 to speed 4. So when it activates, it's going to be like this. Bam. And then on the next turn, you can be cheeky in this situation and ignore the navigate rule and concentrate fire because you're a Raider, right? Also, I would only do this if you know you're not going to fly off the board. All right, so you'd go side to side in the weak side of the Nebulon. Okay, I would use external racks. All right, ordnance experts probably this dice. Okay, 3 damage. They brace. Take 1 on the shield and 1 face up. Thrust control malfunction. All right, and then on the front to side. All right, concentrate a black. All right, I would re-roll this. All right, so that's 4 damage with a crit, 2 accuracies. That's pretty lucky. So no braces for this Nebulon. Alright, so it's going to take 4 face down with a critical. So critical is that. 2, 3, and 4. That's 5 hull damage. Nebs only have 5. Blows up. Now, you don't have to always have Ozzel to do this. Going from speed 1 to speed 3, or speed 1 to speed 2, or 2 to 3, or 2 to 4, it doesn't really matter, so long as you can achieve the maneuver jump. So here we go, speed 1 to speed 3 with a navigate command and using the nav token. Alright. Let's do that. Cool. We have a double lock on that Raider. Okay, next turn. We activate first, navigate. Alright, front to front. Alright, we would H9 that to an accuracy, so they can't brace. APTs would do that, and then they'll take 3. So shields go to 0 and take 1 hull damage. Okay, side to front. Alright, and alright, so APTs first, which is point defense failure, and then you'd already accuracy the brace before that, and they take the rest of it down, so boom, dead Raider. So one inherent weakness to this strategy is if you're first player and your opponent has more ships than you do. What would happen is your opponent would wait for you to activate. So you would your first player, you would activate probably this Arctans first, and it would just jump forward, right? And then they would activate a ship that would not be in harm's way, known as a junk activation. So such as a flotilla here, they would activate and they'll just move slightly to the front like that. Now your Raider being the target ship being the ship that you want to first last with, you have no choice. You have to move it now. It's your last ship. So you would activate it. You try to do the speed 4 thing where you jump up into this nebulon like I showed you before, right? But what would happen instead is the nebulon would now activate, shoot you in the face, and then fly away. Another soft counter that the second player can do is called trading off. So what would happen is, say this hammerhead is already activated, you move in with your demolisher to do the triple tap, right? And then on their last activation, they would move in their key ship onto, say, your radar that's already activated. So when the first activation of the next turn happens, you activate demolisher, you wipe out the hammerhead, and then the second player would activate his MC-30 and wipe out your radar, hence the trade-off. The other interesting thing that would happen to you in this scenario as well is it puts you into now a decision-making process where you go, do I want to save my radar or kill his hammerhead? Because if you save your radar and move away, right, he would then save his hammerhead. Also, just keep in mind there are other things to consider, such as if you're going to fly off the board or not after doing your maneuver, if you're going to end up in the same place because you're going too slow or the area is just too congested, meaning that you deliver your payload and you might get reprisals coming back at you. Other things as well, like squadrons are another thing to consider because they could really mess up your day depending on where they are and how they're placed. And also if your attack is going to kill the ship or not, and if you can actually do a follow-up, because most of the time you'll deliver your payload and then you'll have to fly off. You have to GTFO out of there, and there's no way of turning back. And that's it. That ship's out of the game for good. It's done its job. It's flown out of there. So you might have to consider that as well. So, like in that Liberty example, the Liberty was on 2, but you have to take into consideration if you have any other ships or squadrons that can finish it off. Guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this on the Captain Clinic series, let me know, and let me know what kind of topics you want to talk about. Also, if you liked watching this video, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and support us on Patreon. Good luck at your regionals event. This is Veteran Captain Ken, signing out.